Perl's philosophy is no unnecessary limits. So subroutines are not strictly typed as they are in other languages. This means that a subroutine call could have any number of parameters. How do we deal with this? Well, we design our code around it. That's how. I wrote a Perl script to illustrate how to design a subroutine to work with an arbitrary number of parameters. And I've called it min because it finds the lowest number within the parameters. It is exactly the opposite of the example from the 6th edition of Learning Perl, which finds the highest number from the parameters. So let's see. I had 7 elements in my parameter list, and it found that the lowest one in the list was -1. Let's have a look at the code. You'll notice that my call to the min subroutine is nested in a print statement. But there's the call right there. It's at min, and then I've listed a number of comma delimited numbers in the list. Now we're going to run it again, so let's add some more numbers. Let's make the -1 a -13, and let's put in 99 and 27 and -4 and a -2 and 18. Here is our subroutine. And the first thing that I do is print out the number of items in the parameter list, which is the same thing as the subroutine array. So I refer to the subroutine array in the scalar sense to get the count of elements. Then I grab the very first value of my array and store it into the lexical variable min so far. Now, imagine I have a deck of cards and I want to look at each card one at a time. I would just turn over the top card of the deck. And we're going to do that with our parameter list with a for each loop. So I have for each element in the array. I then make my comparison and move the new value into min so far if in fact it is less than min so far. The last thing that I do is I want to make sure that min so far is the last thing referenced in my subroutine, so it becomes the return value. This podcast is about variable length parameter lists. And so when we looked at our source code, I added more parameters. So let's run it again and see what happens. Oh, we had 12 elements, and the lowest number found was our -13. What have we learned? Well, we've learned that handling variable length parameter lists is simply a matter of anticipation.